How you guys doing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Wow, man, time is going by so quickly on me. And I know I said to you guys the last time that I would try my best to bring some content on a more regular basis, but I'm sorry, and things don't go exactly how I planned for them to go. I'm in a sort of transition phase in my life, in business, and it's taking up more of my time than I anticipated. So I want to apologize for not sticking to my promise. But nevertheless, I took the time off today to create some content for you guys, and hopefully, I can find some time in my busy schedule to do so. Before we jump into episode 10, which I know you guys are anticipating, I want to thank you guys. Thank you for your support so far. Thank you for all the subscribers. And if you are looking at this video and you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet, I'd like you to pause the video right now and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can know when I post new content. But yeah, I want to start off by saying thank you to God, the universe, Jehovah, however you want to call him or however you want to call the being. I want to say thanks. I'm here in this lovely facility, and episode 10 is all about how this come about. And so I decided the best place to do that is right here in the facility. I'm here in the AMA recording, part of the AMA Center, formerly known as Angular Music Academy, and now the AMA Center. And at some point in this episode, I will take you guys on a little tour with me of the space. But where do I start? Episode 10. So I think we've gotten to the phase right now in the story of my life where, all of the next coming episodes are going to be about that phase in my life, because I'm still in that phase. I'm still here at the studio. I'm still, still pushing towards the goal, towards the dream. I must say that I feel very blessed to be able to have my dream, to be living my dream. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. My dream has become a reality. I'm not done as yet. There's still a lot of work to be done, but so far, so good. And so I want to take you guys on a little bit of a journey as to how this come about, because I think it's important to do so. A lot of people may think that that this just, yes, I know I am blessed, but I've been putting in a lot of work. And I want to take you guys through that journey, because I think after these episodes, you'll have a good understanding, of why I'm in the position I am today, of why you see so much gray beard. I know, believe it or not, I'm just 42, and my beard says differently, but it is what it is, and I enjoy every moment of it. So let's get into it. Maybe we'll just stay on episode 10, and then we'll just do different how to say, different parts of 10. So this will be 10, then we'll go to 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, 10.4, until we get to back to current, but again, like I said to you before, there's different aspects of my life. I dabble a little into automotive, wrapping cars, wrapping kitchen cabinets and stuff. And so feel free, hit me up in the comment section if you want me to put some of that content on the channel as well. I like my bikes and my vehicles and stuff like that. So, I can probably showcase a few of that for you as well if you want me to. But let's go. Episode 10. Angular Music Academy. I like to say it started off as a mere vision. A very, very small, minute vision. And it just blew up in front of me. And I know that I have given little bits and pieces in former episodes as to how this come about, and so I wouldn't go into too much details into the origin But we'll take the original and we'll move on. I'm sure you can remember that I told you guys that I had a small studio at the back of my house, or a back room of my house called YML. And this is really where the idea started off. I started to realize that, I'm dabbling more into production, audio engineering. I start to realize the need to have a professional studio on island. I start to realize the need to have people, to give people the opportunity to be trained in that field. I start to realize the need to fill a void for the young people to be able to have a facility that they can produce music on the highest level to be able to compete with the rest of the world. And so I must say, it's after, like I said before, after the death of my first son, my mindset really changed. Before that, it was more about just creating a great recording studio. My goal was to create the best recording studio in the Caribbean, and I humbly say I think I've done that without that intention in mind. Because, like I said, that was my first intention, and then I lose that for a second. But that's what happened in life sometimes. When you focus on the right things, you get what you want. I didn't focus on creating the best recording studio in the Caribbean. I focused on creating the best space possible for us as a people to be able to create on the highest level, and it just managed to be, in my opinion, and I can stand corrected. And hit me up in the comment section if you know another space in the Caribbean that is of this level or this caliber. But so again, like I said, the idea is been in my brain floating up and down. I had a band called True Intentions, like I told you guys before, and we were playing in all different venues around the island. Hotels, villas, bars, restaurants, almost everywhere you can think of, we played on the island. And I remember one night, Boss called me, and Boss told me that he had a gig, but for some reason he had double booked, and so he wanted me to go fill in for him, for the gig, me and my band. So I was like, yeah, sure, man, I'll do it. It was at Le Bleu, and I went to Le Bleu. The guests came, and we played for them, and there was just this one gentleman that something about him was just quite interesting. At that time, I didn't know who was responsible for the group. Usually when people come on island, they come in teams, but one person is the person who is basically the mastermind, and everybody else is just tagging along because they're friends, because they were invited. And so at that time, I didn't know that this gentleman was the mastermind. I thought he was just one of the invitees. And so, after the gig, like I said, something about him clicked. Me and him kind of clicked. And after the gig, we spent some time talking. I think the gig finished at 10 o'clock, and I was there all after 2 minutes to 3 in the morning. We just talking, drinking some wine. At the time, wine was my thing. I don't really drink now, but I drink once a year. When he comes down, I have to have a glass or two with him. So, we spoke. We spoke about Bob Marley. We spoke about a lot of things, music, but I never shared anything about my dream with him at that time. I just met him. But he had a BlackBerry phone that I was like, At that time, it was BlackBerry. It wasn't an iPhone or whatever. It was BlackBerry. BlackBerry was the thing. So I was like, oh, that's an interesting phone. And he's like, yeah, you're not going to see another one like that. I was like, wow, okay. Now that's interesting. Anyway, I'm not the person to go Googling people and digging into people's life. I like to, organically get to know people. Because I think once you start to Google people and look into their lives, it sometimes changes your perspective or changes your attitude towards them. And I'm glad I didn't do that. I'm glad I didn't go doing no research. It took me a while to find out, who that gentleman really was. And even at the time when I did find out, it didn't change the way I felt. It didn't change the way I moved because, we organically had a relationship that was built off trust and just friendship, And so, I believe that particular trip, I went back there. I think a couple of days after that, I brought my son, my family, we clicked, and I think I brought them some shirts. We had some printed shirts for the band. I brought them some shirts and all that stuff. And so every year after that, that gentleman would come to Anguilla. And every year he would come, he would ask for us to play for him. So thanks to boss, you know, at that time again, the idea was in my mind fresh, tormenting me day and night. And I was like, I feel like now it's time to voice that idea, start telling people about this idea, see how I can, bring that idea into fruition. And so I went on the computer and and I Google free home design something, a floor plan something, and I got a software called Floor Planner, and I did sort of like a sketch of what I envisioned in my mind for the space to be. Nothing like what we have here right now. Like I told you, everything evolved on me. And I had that, and I shared it with a friend of mine, and we started talking about it, and we decided to kind of sort of team up. At that time, I was not confident in myself. I was not confident that I could have a conversation with anybody and they would take me serious. Because as you can see, this is usually my attire, shirt, short pants, and flip flops. This is usually my attire, even sometimes when I have meetings with people. And at first it started off organically because that's just me. I'm a laid back person. And then I realized people start taking me for granted. And I could use that to my advantage. So I purposely now, even if I have a meeting or a function, well, not necessarily a function, but a meeting, this is how I dress, because I like to be the person in the room that doesn't draw the attention to myself. And I like to be the person in the room who just observe. And everybody will be like, oh, that's just Darius. And because that works in my advantage most of the time. So, I was speaking to this guy and we were talking. At that time, Hayden sent me an article about G-Jam in Jamaica. I was fascinated by that article, fascinated by G-Jam. Interestingly enough, my friend at the time went to Jamaica. He got to visit G-Jam, but nevertheless, that relationship didn't last. And the day I realized that relationship would not last, I was very torn. Because again, like I said, I have no confidence in myself at that time in terms of I feel like I could bring that dream to fruition. So I was a little torn. And as I always do, I try to see how I could use negative energy to fuel positive energy. I've been doing that for a long time. When I feel down, I try to figure how I could use that to fuel some positive energy. And interestingly enough, that same day, I got a call from my boys. I call him my boy's assistant. And she said to me, Darius, how you doing, man? I said, I'm good, man. Say, oh, this is whosoever. Your boy is in Barbados. He's not coming to Anguilla this year, and he wanted to let you know. And he also wanted to extend an invitation to you guys to come and play for him in Barbados. He'll fly you guys to Barbados and everything, and if you guys can come and play for him, if it's his mom's birthday, and he'd like you guys to come and perform. And I was like, I'm sure. Well, she told me the date. I said, we have a gig that day, but I'm going to make it happen. Tutus, I come to find out that, this guy is going to fly us private. I never told the band anything because I wasn't sure. Again, all that time, I don't know who this guy is really. I haven't looked into him. I haven't dug into him. But at that moment, I told myself, this was not a coincidence. Yeah, I'm torn, thinking that I can't, push this thing by myself. And the person I was depending on to help me with that, it didn't work out. And I'm getting this mysterious call, and I'm like, I told my wife, I said, you know what? This is the guy. This is the guy that's going to help me out with this project. And so we went to Barbados. Interestingly enough, it was the best experience one of the best experiences of my life. Flew us private jet to Barbados. And then I start to, question. I start to figure out to myself, okay, wait a while. Who is this guy who's going to fly me from Anguilla on a private jet, on his private jet, to Barbados, pay me, put me up, feed me, fly me back private? I was like, and he said something to me when we were leaving, because I said to him I was trying to find a way to have a conversation with him that particular day, or that particular trip, and it didn't happen because we in party mode, we in birthday mode and everything. And when I was leaving, I told him, I said to him, I wanted to share something with you, but I didn't get the chance. So I'll reach out to your assistant, and we'll figure it out. He's like, no, let me give you my private number. You can text me or you can email me. And then he said to me, because his assistant was right there, and one of the hostess of the plane was right there, and he said to her, when those guys are going back, I want you to look into my cupboard, in my drinks cupboard, and pull out, I don't remember what it was, I think it's a green label or something, and give those guys a glass, because I want them to experience what it is like to be sipping on some really good liquor at whatever 1,000 feet in the air. I want those guys to experience that. That's what he said when we were leaving. And that resonated with me. I'm like, this dude is a really cool dude. I mean, this dude didn't have to fly us private. He could have put us on Liat. But he wanted us to experience what it is to fly in style. And he wanted us to experience that. And I was like, this is a really, really cool dude. So, again, still haven't done too much digging. It took me about 2 months before I reached out to him when we came back from Barbados, because again, I was still just pondering whether I should go the formal route or whether I should go. And I had this guy working on a business plan for me, and he was taking forever to get it done. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to lose his attention right now. So I sent him an email, and I would reach out to him certain times. It would take forever for him to answer because he's a very busy guy. I sent him an email. I told him, I have an idea. I want to build a recording studio, and I wanted to, I give him the mere vision. Like I said, the mere vision, I gave it to him. My budget at the time was $500,000, just for perspective. And I wouldn't tell you what we spent in the end, but it's significant. And I told him, I'd like to talk to him about it, because I wanted to help me with it. If he knows someone, I didn't ask him for him to do it. I said, if you know someone that would be interested in helping me with such a project. And he sent me back an email in 2 hours, which is like record time, in that world. And he said, talk to me, I'm listening. He said, talk to me, I am listening. This is where we're going to end for today. Look out for part 10.1 coming very, very soon. The message I want to leave with you today is sometimes you have a dream, you have a vision, and you don't believe that you can carry that vision yourself. You want to go against what God is saying. You want to find 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people that you feel will help you with that vision. Sometimes adding people to the vision is watering down the vision. Sometimes adding people to the vision is going to water down the vision. At some point when you get into the vision, you have to set up a team. Like I have a team now, because I've gotten to a place in the vision where it's time for that. But sometimes you are the one who has to carry the mantle. And you are the one that God is saying, I have to carry the mantle. And he will show you. He will put things for you to understand that. No, I know you're trying to do things your way, but this is how I want you to do this. Talk to me. I'm listening. That's where I'm going to leave you for today. So again, thank you so much. And like I said to you, this coming episodes are going to be very interesting. So stay tuned. I'm going to, dive a little deeper into that part of the story of my life, and I think it's going to be very, very inspiring and very interesting to you. Again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe before you leave. Leave a comment, hit that like button if you like the content, and share this with a friend. You may just inspire someone to get up today and get up today and move towards their dream. Again, thank you so much. I'm here in this lovely recording studio, the AMA recording, and this is my brainchild, and I feel very blessed to be here. Thank you so much. See you in the next episode. Peace out.